What do you think we got in today? Ooh, something from TGH. Ooh, put your comments down below. What do you think it is? It's about this long. Today I have an extra special video. It's definitely more special than all the other special videos. So you can disregard those other videos as being special at this point. Moving forwards, at this juncture, we have to reset our special count on what makes a video special. Just gotta reset it. This is the number one now. So I got a package in from TGH. I know what it is, but do you? I have not had the pleasure of seeing this yet. I don't know what to expect, but I'll give you a hint. Oh, some nice little sheets here. Nice little sticker sheets. Thank you, TGH. I totally lost my train of thought. Those stickers, they got to me. They got to me. We have ourselves a little care package from TGH. I'd say they gave it to me, but I gave them parts, so it's a fair trade, I guess. Is it sponsored if I gave them parts so that they would give me parts? Let me know in the comments. I don't know how that works. I don't think YouTube's going to get mad at me for saying that this isn't sponsored, because it's not sponsored. But at the same time, ooh, all right. So this is a new chassis from TGH. Do you know what it goes in? Do you know what it's for? This is for the Element. And this is called the Titan chassis. It is essentially made for the Element Enduro Sendero. I just got an HD version to have some fun with, and I also have my original one, which is still going strong. And now what I get to do is choose which one gets the upgraded chassis. So the entire reason why you would want this Titan chassis is not because the Enduro doesn't perform well, because it does, but so that you could have a little bit better performance. And I've heard from drivers that these are actually more than just a little bit better. The way that it changes the geometry, they're already extremely stable. Y'all have seen me out on the rocks. You've heard me talk about it. Every time I go out, I really just gush over the geometry of the Element, the Enduro. They hook on the rocks. They're so predictable, so extremely predictable. But I have heard that whatever this does to the suspension geometry makes them hook even more. So instead of having torque twist when you get a rear tire kind of bound down, that instead of torque twisting out of the hole, it'll actually suck the front down into the hole, which is really cool. I want to see if I can find a spot on the rocks to do that, but of course we're gonna have to install this chassis first. But if they even got the suspension geometry as good as the stock, we'd be doing really good, to tell you the truth. But if we can improve that geometry, then man, it's gonna be quite the capable rig, especially even with the stock 6-gear tranny. They've got the built-in overdrive into it. The 6% is plenty. The 12% hooks really nice. These chassis rails are extremely well machined, identical on both sides. I don't see a lot of cut swarf. I don't see, hairs from the carbon fiber. I would assume that they probably used a cross-cut bit at the factory, just because the way that it looks, doesn't look like it was pulled in one direction or another. Really good looking rails. Nice too. Also notice, you may be able to tell on camera that there's lean on this. So our skid plate is actually going to bolt in at a little bit of an angle now, which is going to give us better departure off of an object. So you can imagine you get up into a hard object right here. Let's just say the angle is somewhere in here. If the skid was flat, it would have to continue kind of rising up to get to a crest point on your links. But with a little bit of sporty lean, that is named from the 2.2 competition class, the sportsman class, that in the sporty class and the sportsman class, you can have really as much transmission or skid plate lean as you want to. When you have it angled like this, it actually gives you easier sliding. It wants to make it slide down and over an obstacle a little bit more. Also can help you get your center of gravity a little farther forwards. And if you think about, you know, where it is, more than likely you're running like a 60-40 weight bias if you're even slightly competitive. And this is at that 60% mark. So it's going to want to crest over that point and then woo, slide down off the rock, which is pretty sick, honestly. All right, we got a new skid plate on here. It looks like this was made by Vader. Vader was an extremely good machinist. This skid plate is for the stock transmission bolt holes. Yep. So you can use any axial 3-gear tranny or the element tranny on that. We have a new mount for our servo and servo winch up front. We have a new panhard mount there. We've got some hardware, of course, for everything to bolt together. We have a shaft that, oh, I'm sorry, this isn't a shaft, this is a cross brace. And then we have what is likely to be, I would guess, either a new steering rod, not the panhard or the 3-link, but the actual steering rod that goes to your first knuckle. Assumption on this, I'm sure they either have instructions on the internet or have a video of them putting it together, but this is the kit. There's not a new set of links, so use the stock links. And to tell you the truth, if they can reuse the stock links and get even better performing geometry, that is amazing. I'm looking forward to it. So I am not going to take this stuff out of the package yet because I know me, I'm going to lose these pieces if I don't assemble it right now, and I don't have enough time to assemble it right now. So we will do a later video of installing this Titan chassis, but first looks, ooh-wee, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna give us a little performance edge. I'm gonna have 2 rigs that I can actually do side by side on the rocks now. Maybe I'll even put the same electronics in it, so there's absolutely no difference between them. Put the same overdrive in the transmission, and that way we'll be able to really like do an A/B test and see, hey, is there any places in the rocks where I can notice a difference? You know, otherwise, just having carbon fiber rails is pretty sweet. But knowing TGH, knowing that they are a group of drivers, like really hardcore drivers, they're not going to output a chassis that isn't an improvement in geometry. So I kind of have no doubts that I'm going to be able to tell on the rocks. I should have enough places that are extreme enough out on the pile to be able to tell a difference when the difference is there. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. Titan chassis from TGH, bolts up to the Element Enduro Sendero, just a aftermarket bolt-in upgrade, comes with everything that you need to do it, and you just swap it all right over. So really excited for that. Look out for the video in the future where I bolt it up, and we'll get to it ASAP. As always, thanks for tuning in, and if you do have any questions, leave them down below. I'll do my best to get to them. As always, have a great day.